Studies show that couples that combine their finances are twice as likely to say that they're very satisfied with their partner in their marriage than keeping their money separate. Now, this is according to Dave Ramsey. Love him or hate him, there are some pretty good things when you look at the baseline of what he does cover with the baby steps and also understanding finances in general. So let's go ahead and down the 10 reasons why you should combine your finances, starting with number one. Marriage means unity. When it comes to unity, it is for better or worse. When you look at a partnership, it is one cohesive unit. It is not the things that you have, the things that I have. It really creates and symbolizes the commitment to each other with building this, not only emotionally, but financially, again, for better or worse. The joint approach can strengthen trust between partners, and it can ensure each partner is equally contributing and making sure that they have somebody to hold them accountable. Now, the second one, of course, and I wouldn't do a video without talking about the budget, one plan. That is all you need. It can simplify your financial planning when you're looking and focused in the same direction. Combining the financial plan allows you to really develop focusing for expenses, savings, and also setting up goals for the future, as well as investment portfolios. More than 3 in 4, 76% of Americans say it is important to know exactly what their partner is spending and how they are spending it. Now, of course, this leads to stronger communication. When you manage finances together, they naturally open up the lines of communication because you built that trust. When it comes to discussing income, expenses, budgeting, you can have transparency, which can promote financial healthy conversations when it comes to finances. For whatever reason, in the United States, families, including spouses, do not talk about finances, guys. It is something that is frowned upon when you start thinking of finances. When you look at politics, when you look at religion, this is one of the only countries where it is very frowned upon to talk about those. Now, of course, when you minimize financial secrets, this creates accountability and really eliminates risk associated with financial insecurity on both parts, and really often is introduction or talked about as financial infidelity. Sharing access to finances gives an honesty and reduces stress and likelihood that your partner is hiding something from you. And again, that can really promote and can build stress, or alleviate stress in that point. Now, when we start thinking about financial goals, this is another huge part. There's not a point where when you pull your resources and you have a shared goal in mind that you do want to achieve, whether it's paying off your home, whether it's paying down debt, planning for retirement, taking that dream vacation, you can plan it together and making sure that you're making conscious contributions towards your actual goals. Now, the annual money relationship survey reveals that 67% of couples with aligned financial goals are more confident about the long-term trajectory of their life and also sharing those financial plans. Now, of course, this keeps debt on the forefront and keeps debt as a shared responsibility between individuals. It means that when you put debt and being able to eliminate debt, it is the game changer for the rest of your life. A lot of people don't realize it. They don't think they can't do it. And strategically, there is a mathematical way to do it, whether it's earning more income, whether it's eliminating debt, but being able to lower those interest payments really make a big difference, and creating a financial accountability plan for each other. Now, looking at the consolidation of efforts, or two individuals with two incomes pointed towards one goal, makes resources a lot more abundant and having the ability to reach those goals much faster. Now, when you start thinking about this, debt can act as a corrosive agent for marriage if you're not careful with exactly how it is utilized. Now, when we start looking at our next one, the efficient use of resources. Combining finances eliminates redundancy in spending, and knowing and streamlining the available funds that you have for you and your partner. How exactly is it going to work? When we separate accounts, the couples might inadvertently replicate expenses when you look at fees, when you look at subscriptions, when you look at things that Americans are buying. Strategic spending by merging finances is an absolute game changer. Now, according to Fidelity in 2023, families that operate unified under one financial plan save approximately 22% more annually than individuals that have complete separate plans. So definitely think of that. Now, when it comes to the emergency fund, building a safety net and building it together can be an absolute game changer. Pooling your finances, create a stronger financial really accountability in the emergency fund. The essential part of Ramsey's method, we know baby step number one is that baby emergency fund, elimination of debt, and then moving on to having that 3 to 6 months of that emergency fund, which I know a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck, it has been incredibly difficult to build up that emergency fund. But if you're not protected against unexpected expenses, and trust me, there is a time that it is going to happen. Most Americans with an emergency fund say 62% of the fund could cover them for at least 4 to 6 months, which is pretty incredible versus a lot of people that do not have that emergency fund at all. And the final one I'm going to leave you with: reduces money related stress when they are paired together. One of the leading causes of marital stress is disagreement over money, how it should be managed, how it should be spent. This is according to Fidelity's 2024 Couples and Money study. 45% of partners argue about money on a regular basis. 25%, it is the greatest relationship hurdle or challenge that they have within the relationship itself. When you work out of a single account trying to achieve the same goal, that can lead you to really promoting long-term stability in the relationship, but also creating finances, create couples, and really making more room for long-term planning. That is the big thing. When we start thinking of the next 5, 10, 15, even 20, 30 years together, having a long-term financial goal together, linked bank accounts, joint bank accounts. Many couples, including married in partnerships, living together, choose to manage their finance and use one shared bank account, so everyone knows the accountability of where the money is going in its entirety. So, all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think about sharing finances. If you guys do it, let me know the reasons why as well. It's pretty interesting to see when you start looking at kind of the fundamentals of Dave Ramsey, again, getting outside of just doing those baby steps. They are very effective, but you do kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. There are some things, when it comes to baby steps that I'm not in full agreement in. But again, I think when it comes to Dave Ramsey, when it comes to the financial guru, when it comes to the basics and really the basis for the financial education, it is definitely there. It's kind of a one size fits all for everybody in their entirety, which might not be true with some of the teaching that he has. That's why, again, as much as I pay attention, I watch a lot of things that he does, I kind of take it with a grain of salt, because being a financial counselor, financial education, financial literacy has been my life for many, many years now. And it's super important to understand when it comes to educating America's youth, when you start looking at a younger generation and knowing that they're not set up for financial success because we are not teaching them what they need when it comes to the elimination of debt, really what it costs, what it looks like to finance, a home, finance an auto loan, having a credit card for the first time, building that emergency fund. Most of the financial basis that we see within the younger generation today, unfortunately, is not there. And I want to change that, which is the reason why we did make this channel. So if you like the content that I'm putting out, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Got a lot more financial education and, of course, the investment side that a lot of people do love. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And as always, thank you guys for watching.